What's up guys, DuArktik here with another Marvel Strike Force video, and in this video we are back for Cosmic Crucible Season 15 and we're gonna talk about the Cosmic Crucible defense, of course. In my opinion, this is going to be a very strong defense, even if your opponents have overpowered, and especially with the resources we're gonna have available to use on offense. We are not gonna talk about offensive teams because you always have to theory craft on the spot. And if you want to know the counters I use, I'm gonna put my spreadsheets once again on my Patreon. I apologize for this 1 month or so of overpower that I didn't update there. But now that the meta is a little bit more consistent, we're gonna start doing the same things once again. Or you can check out my live streams and you see me playing live with my setup. Now, this season is the first season where we have intel being placed in Cosmic Crucible, and the amount of intel we get is very important. So you always want to full clear and you always want a positive result at the end of the day, right? This will allow you to get more characters at gear tier 20 and get overpowered, or at least stay at the same level, right? Because that's the problem with overpowered. It doesn't progress your account, it leaves you at the same level. Okay, so in this video, I'm going to show you my amazing defense that you guys should definitely try out for yourselves, and share it with your friends if you desire. So, as always, if you like the information on these videos, make sure you share it with your friends on Facebook and Discord. If you're new to my channel, make sure you subscribe for more Marvel Strike Force content, and make sure you smash that like button like a boss. Okay, just to mention, I'm still on Masters 2, even with overpowered, even with all the changes that happen in the game. I'm still on Masters 2, I have one character at gear tier 20, so if you replicate my results, my spreadsheets, my defense and so on, you should stay at the same level or keep going up, because the people I talk with on the live streams, that's the feedback I've been getting. And this defense, I think it's really strong, and it has a lot of traps that mainstream, let's call that mainstream Marvel Strike Force players will not be prepared for. And once again, we have insane tools to use on offense. So with that said, let's get started. We have room 1. Healers and fortifiers will apply vulnerability to the enemies. Strikers will apply vulnerabilities to the enemies. And other characters will also apply vulnerabilities to the enemies. Now, you're gonna get 100% more damage based on the vulnerabilities of your character, not on the enemy character. So this is a little bit of confusing. We had some misinformation in the past about this. And with that said, a lot of people use it to put here Thanos in game. You don't want to put here Thanos in game. You don't want to put here Gambit. You want to put here characters that survive and that clap. And because of that, I decided to put Old Man Logan with Nightcrawler, the Phoenix Force and Panda Pool. So Omega Red is going to put Panda Pool taunt. Then we have Phoenix getting clapped next to Panda Pool. He has a chance of revive, that's great. And then you have Old Man Logan doing damage. You have Nightcrawler speeding up Old Man Logan and Phoenix. He also gives more health, which is very important because Dark Phoenix, she has very low health. So any amount of health you can give to Dark Phoenix is going to be good for you. And she can revive, he can revive, he can revive. The other Nightcrawler does not revive, but he has that insane passive that keeps him alive and clears negative effects. So yeah, these characters, they all benefit of those vulnerabilities, and they have the mechanics to keep them alive. So if they attack, they're gonna clap for sure, right? Okay, so that's gonna be room 1. For room 2, we have Agrad. On turn, if this character has taunt, to gain offense up, and characters with offense up will gain assist now. So, or you want characters with taunt, or you want characters with offense up. And this will provide you insane amount of assists, right? So I decided to put Mephisto with Liberty. Why is that? First off, because Mephisto applies offense up to all his team at the start of the match, and after Liberty, they counter Null. Yes, Liberty is one of the few teams that can counter Mephisto, that can counter Null, and I can counter any kind of fast characters. And if Captain Sam goes and provides speed bar to Mephisto, well, you're gonna get clapped by an ultimate right away, and that's going to be very devastating. Plus, you have Peggy Carter and Iron Patriot that are able to do insane amount of damage. So this is definitely something that you're going to be surprised and get clapped right away. And it's a solid Alliance Wars team that we can use in Cosmic Crucible to our advantage. And they are really going to benefit of this room, because if they get offense up, we have Captain Sam with the taunts, right? They are also heroes. Because they are heroes, they are going to get taunt. So Mephisto will provide taunt to everyone. They'll get offense up right away. This is going to surprise a lot of people. They also have a nice amount of survivability. So yeah, just watch out for this team. It's going to be really, really strong. Then we have negative energy. This room is a little bit tricky. Special abilities will cost 4 less, and on successful crit, reduce the character's ultimate ability by 1 energy. So you want to put here a team that has strong specials, right? So I decided to put here Illuminati with this girl right here. We have Black Bolt because Black Bolt special does a lot of damage and attacks multiple targets. It also has like a 600% multiplier, something like that. This team cannot be countered by Immortal X-Men, so you cannot use Immortal X-Men against them because they're gonna get destroyed. And that's one of the mistakes I have seen from other content creators, is that they put a team here that, well, Immortal X-Men can beat because they will shut down the specials, because they remove the energy of the special by 10. This is not going to be the case with this team. Plus you have Hank Pym that has a very strong special, flips all negative effects into positive effects and gives safeguard to the team. So the fact that he has this ability pretty much for free is going to be absolutely insane. And then we have Shuri special as well that provides energy for all Illuminati allies. So you can imagine this team is going to be an absolute nightmare, And you have this girl right here because she's gonna poke and she has stuns against tech characters, which the only team that counters this one is going to be the Trash Jammers. But if you have a small Trash Jammers, she's gonna ping them out of existence together with Black Bolt and everyone else. So keep this in mind. This one is a trap for the Trash Jammers, but it's dangerous. If they're not big enough, they might fall. Then we have Spore Attacks, and for Spore Attacks, when you are attacked, the damage you lose, it will be permanent. So it's not, how they call this in other games, it's max damage on the HP. This is going to be very important that you have characters that retaliate, right? So we're going to put here Wanda's Revenge. So we have Vision, we have Wanda, we have Morgan Le Fay, we have Agatha. You don't have to use Morgan Le Fay and Agatha. You can use Quicksilver, Invisible Woman. That's another option. But I like the extra resistance and health from Morgan Le Fay and from Agatha. Agatha, she also gives a lot of barriers, so it's going to be good for this team. And Black Knight in this room is absolutely insane. It's an absolute nightmare because every time he retaliates, that damage is permanent and you cannot revive it. So imagine that. You're going to get absolutely destroyed by this guy together with Wanda, and that's why we have Vision also next to Black Knight, just to make sure that you're going to get all the counterattacks from Black Knight and Scarlet Witch. Okay, let's take a look at the next room, room number 5. We have Before the Thunder. Thunderbolt characters, when this character attacks, generate 1 ability energy, gain crit chance and gain focus. This room is absolutely irrelevant. It's absolutely irrelevant. So you can ignore this room. If you put Thunderbolts here, they are going to get destroyed. They are slow as hell. They are not a good team. You could use Songbird because she's like the fastest character on the team, but apart from Songbird, the other characters don't have any value. So I decided to put here the usual, the traditional. We have the Annihilators with Super Scroll and Pavitr. Pavitr will apply vulnerability to your enemies, so if Thanos endgame is gonna pop, they're gonna take 10% more damage. Super Scroll is gonna do Super Scroll things. He also gives more health to the team. There is a small chance that Pavitr will be able to go first, especially against the Immortal X-Men, and trigger Super Scroll to attack first. We also have Silver Surfer because we have 2 heroes and 2 villains. Super Scroll is going to apply Disrupt, he's going to apply Ability Block, and then Thanos Endgame is going to do Thanos Endgame things. And this is the best team that you can put here because you are ignoring the room, but the team still has a lot of value. And the normal counter is going to be Immortal X-Men, but like I said, Immortal X-Men has I would say like what, 40% chance of losing, maybe even higher than that in this specific room. So keep that in mind. And finally, we have room number 6, which has whatever. On turn, he's going to remove Safeguard and Trauma from these characters. On successful attack, you can copy, clear positive effects from your opponents. So which is a team that really suffers from trauma? It's the Night Stalkers. Yes, Night Stalkers, they suffer quite a lot from trauma, because every time you apply slow to them, they need to flip that slow away. And if they have trauma, well, it's not going to happen, right? But because of the room rules, they're going to clear the trauma away. And because of that, you're going to be able to get the speed up right away. So you have Scientist Supreme, she's going to apply slow to your Night Stalkers. They're going to flip that slow into speed up, and they are going to attack. This is going to be a super trap. We also have here the Sentinel to provide the immunity for Scientist Supreme. Also provides that bot that can also clap. And on top of that, he also has pre-taunt, which means we have 2 pre-taunts to deal with. And sometimes the pre-taunt spawns in a good place, other times not really. And because of that, this is going to be a very tricky team as well, taking advantage of the room rules. Now, with this said, let's take a quick look at the characters that we have on offense. We have Odin, we have Kaori. Because of the speed meta, because of overpowered, Kaori is going to be very important on offense. The same goes for Emma Frost. You want to make sure that if you have to stop any team like Night Stalkers on defense, that you have her ready. The same goes for Shadow King. We have Immortal, we have Trash Jammers, we have Vigilantes. Vigilantes, like, if you're going to use Vigilantes on defense, you are doing it wrong right away. It's like, there is no excuse. You also have Null. Because you're using Null on offense, you can decide where to use him. You can stop a Mephisto that is on defense. Not against my team, because my team is ready to counter Null. But there you go. And we also have Apocalypse, the usual stuff. We have the Cabal, we have Kang, and whatever else. We also have Rogue and Gambit that can still be useful with certain characters. I don't have Professor X, but you can for sure mix and match, for example, with Emma Frost, and make some spicy stuff out of these characters. So as you guys can see, insane amount of tools on offense and a massive, absolutely massive defense that we're gonna put, and a lot of traps for our opponents. So this is going to be my team. Once again, we are still on Masters 2, even that I pretty much stopped spending the game. I stopped spending money in the game. I've been free to play for quite a few weeks, or maybe a month or 2 months already. No, it's already 3 months. So I have been free to play for the last 3 months, and still we are still at the top of the game, because we are using our brain, and not our wallets. But that's going to be the video, guys. I hope you guys enjoy it. I hope you guys have a good season 15 of Cosmic Crucible. And once again, if you want to check out my stuff, you can check it on Patreon, or you can check it on my live streams, where I'll be posting my updates to my defense and also the counters that I'm using based on my defense setup and the tools that I have on offense. So as always, if you like the information on these videos, make sure you share it with your friends on Facebook and Discord. If you're new to my channel, make sure you subscribe for more Mouse Force content, and I'll catch you guys later.